Hey guys, so today's topic, I want to share with you guys on how to be free of your past and how to be free of your fear as well as your attachments. So, first and foremost, I just want to say that Happy Mother's Day to all of you, and let's get this started. So, by the end of this presentation, there's two things you're gonna find out. First, you're gonna know what God's love is and why you're gonna discover God's love in every experience. So that's the first one. And second, you will be able to know that when you start giving love, you'll be free from fear and your attachments. So you might wonder, how did I come to where I am now? How did I come to the realization that I'm able to see now? So this all started when I was a child. So growing up, I believe that I'm the physical body. I believe that who I am in this body, and the greatest love there is in the world is physical love. So growing up, I was believing in that concept, and because we talked about mother's love today, I want to share with you guys that aspect of my love as well. So when I was growing up, my mother was not always with me. She and my dad was always away from business, so they only came back once a week during the weekend. So all those times I thought, I was abandoned, by my parents, but I was living with my relatives. So as I was growing up, I always believed that I was not loved enough. So my concept of love was always taking from outside. So through the lecture today, I realized there's a reason for that. And that reason is my mother was absent because so that I can have the time to develop thinking on my own. Now knowing that when I grew up, I was not affected by their way of thinking if they were to spend more time with me. I got the freedom to explore my own mind. And as a young age, I received inspiration about about the spirit world. I heard voices about letting go of hatred. And because I remember all of those during the meditation we just gone through just now. So that was the reason why, she was away from me so that I can explore my own mind. And so let's go back to my story, how I came to where I am today. Like I said, I believe the greatest love there is physical love. So when I was growing up, when I turned 20 years old, I actually met my first girlfriend, and we share physical love, and I thought that would be the greatest love there is. My happiness will be fulfilled. But after that, I felt empty. Like there's still a voice inside of me that says, this is not it. This is not what I'm looking for. And as I go deeper and deeper within myself and came across the teaching of happy science, I come to know that love is about giving, but I never understood what that means. And Master also mentioned every experience in your life is necessary. And at that time, I was suffering such a great depression from caring about what other people think of me, comparing myself with other guys, and because I want love from the females, right? So I start to really reflect and ask myself, what is the deep belief that is causing me to have this behavior? Because it is my deep, sincere wish to give love to people. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I have the behaviors to take. So I was very confused. And I come to the point where I realized the deepest belief that I held that causes me to take love from other people and compare myself with other people is because I base my sense of self from the external world. It is because I'm looking for myself from the external world that I'm dependent on other people's opinions of me. And I'm dependent on what I'm getting from other people. And I'm based my identity with all of those things. And that is why I grasp upon those things as if they are my life, as if it's a life and death situation. And when I truly realized that, I was like, wow, I truly understand what Master is saying when he says the essence of love is giving. Here's why. Because we're a spiritual being. The physical body is not everything there is. We are a physical being, a spiritual being. By being spiritual, what that means is that this life that we live in right now is given by our spiritual Father. And that opportunity to be alive is the very proof that we are loved already. And guess what? Because we are loved already, and every experience is there to nourish our soul, Earth is really a school for the soul, which means each and every experience that you think is very difficult for you, it's actually molding you to become stronger. So from that aspect, you can truly see that every experience is truly necessary for us. And guess what? God's love is within those experiences. And God's love is the lesson we need to learn. So God's love is the same as God's lesson for us, God's intention for us. So once we truly awaken to that, we don't need to compare ourselves with other people, because the experience we need to go through is the very love that we're receiving from our spiritual Father. As long as we focus on discovering that lesson within, we're able to grow. We're unique. We don't need to compare ourselves with other people. We need to just follow our own path. And when we stop comparing ourselves with other people, guess what? And awaken to the love that God has been given to us each and every moment, we live to give. And that's when I realized what Master means when he says the essence of love is giving. Because we're always receiving. The very moment right now, as I'm speaking to you, is coming out of the God's love for me. If without those adversities, those pain that I was experiencing in my life, I would not dive deep within myself to find the cause of what is causing that pain. And it's because I find the solution to that cause. I'm able to rise above it and go beyond it. And so, because of that, going back to what I promised you guys, first, each and every experience contains within it God's love. And that love is expressed through the lessons that we need to learn from it. So when you're able to discover that lesson in that experience, you're able to discover God's love for you. And you'll be able to become one with God, because that is his intention. So number two is that when you are giving, you'll be free from fear and your past. Is the reason why we're attached to our past, attached to fear, is because we always tick. Because we tick, we're afraid other people aren't giving us, we have fear. But when you awaken that you're always given already and you live to give, there's no fear, because you're born to give anyway. You already be given so much already. You'll always be loved by God already. And that is the true love that I've been searching for all of my life. It does not exist in physical love only. I'm not telling you to deny it, but there's a higher form of love, and that is spiritual love between us and our spiritual Father. And that love is intimate. Embrace it, grasp upon it, nourish in it, be showered by it, because when you're awakened to it, it's the greatest joy there is. And I hope you get a lot from this presentation. And before I finish, I almost forgot. I'm gonna read some quotes. So this one is from Worry Free Living. And there's a couple passages that mention about God's love for you in difficult situations, in adversities. So here it is. It says the subtopic is to find salvation, let go of your wish to protect yourself. So here it is. We need to believe that misfortunes and unhappiness do not happen to torture us, but to enlighten us with the wisdom we find as we resolve them. We need to believe that all problems will be resolved in the end. And then continue. To open yourself to salvation, you must try to find the will of the universe and let it lead you to your learning experience. when you're able to accept that your misfortunes arise because they're necessary to your life, you already started on the road to salvation. When you surrender or relinquish the wish to protect yourself and determine to live as one with the will of the universe, the path to salvation will surely open to you. There's more. Last one. And it says, "Dear Lord, I want to hand over everything to you. If you believe that I need this experience for my soul training, then I will endure it. If this is necessary for my soul, then I will embrace it. I do not protest it. I do not resist it. I accept it as it is." Because it says, when you find these feelings in your heart, you will realize that you have not been living in the pit of hell, but instead we're being trained by life's greatest coach that exists. And that concludes my presentation. I hope you can truly, my intention for all of you is to expand your awareness to a greater and higher level so that you can truly find that adversity really contains God's love. And to end, I will include this quotation by Napoleon Hill. He says, "In every adversity, it carries with it a seed of equal or greater benefit." So whether or not you can find that seed of equal or greater benefit, it's all about the choice we make. And it's only our responsibility and our responsibility alone. So when you answer that call for your personal responsibility, you're answering the call to God's love for you. So until then, I will see you soon.